Yes.
I'll let the guy to my left introduce himself.
I am Yong Bosch. I voice Nero in DMC4.
Do the mocap as well as Johnny did, the mocap for DMC4 and 3. Or is this okay? Are you guys good with this? Yeah? Okay, cool. Nice.
Too bad, because we're going to turn them all the way up. You need more?
I'm good. All right. So, as you all probably most likely know, Johnny and I worked on the game Devil May Cry 4. We did motion capture and the voice. So I know a lot of voice panels and voice stuff is, you know, especially Johnny did a lot of voice, but Johnny, being the talented actor he is, also did the motion capture. And I come from doing motion capture, and then I did the voice. It was a long process. You want to tell me about the process? What was your experience coming into the Devil May Cry world? Because I was already part of it.
You know, I mean, it was probably one of the coolest projects that I got to work on. Because of the motion capture thing, you know, that was really, like, I did a very small amount of motion capture on Power Rangers, the first movie or whatever, you know, but it wasn't, you know, I didn't have a suit on and all that stuff. It was more just like I was sitting there and there was on a giant robot, and that was what was being tracked. So it was a unique experience for me, and a lot of things were kind of weird, you know, like I mentioned in the last panel that you get a script so you're not matching claps like voiceover regular, you know, it's like doing a movie or a show. You get a script and you act out your part the way you think it should be acted out according to, or with the guidance of your director. And the only thing is you have to, I remember them telling me, you guys, and you telling me my body needed to be bigger than normal. And it's going to feel weird, but my face and my voice has to be normal. But my body motions have to be a little bigger so that they would read in the mocap. Which took some getting used to for me, because I was like, oh, okay, it feels like I'm just being bizarre, you know? Like, you know, you have to move, like your movements just have to be able to read, otherwise it just doesn't work, I guess.
Yeah, the technology is changing from then to now. The subtleties. Well, actually, Devil May Cry 4 was a little bit better, but when we did Devil May Cry 3, the details in the facial and the fingers and just the overall world, there's less details going on, so you have to kind of be more animated with your body. It's still the same case to a certain extent, but it's definitely come down. You don't have to exaggerate as much because the nuances are coming across in the games and in this realm of motion capture 3D world. So, yes, you still have to do that. I think 4 was like the first time. I think, you know, explaining to you what to do. But it helps because overall we're playing animated characters. They're still animated, so you have to be
a little over the top.
Yeah, over the top, bigger than life. And then, of course, the animators go in on top of that, and they add extra animation and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, make us fly and do cool things that we can do all the time, of course. Well, I've got some videos here we can show. This is kind of the same video, but to show you the experience where it's split screen, so you can actually see Johnny doing his thing and me doing my thing.
What took you so long? What are you doing here? Yeah, I don't have time for that. And neither do I. So, cut to the chase. I'm here for the sword. What's the matter? Why the glare? You look as if you've just been playing me from the beginning. That sword was used to separate our world from the demons. I can't have something of that kind of power floating around now, can I? It's got to stay in the family. I need
Regal look suits you.
I dressed to impress. Are you sure you want to let him go?
Yeah, I figured he could bear her.
I know it's not my business, but this could get ugly.
Well, if the kid screws up, then I'll just have to kick his ass.
Keep it.
What? I thought this meant a lot to you. But it's the only kind of gift worth giving. I want to entrust it to you, so I am. What you do from here is your call. Hey, Dante. Will we meet again?
They would have those, they would shoot all that stuff like a storyboard, but of the whole movie, you know, with the Japanese guys ahead of time, kind of gives an idea what his direction was.
Yeah, there's a thing my company just taught. What we do is we call it video storyboards, where we actually kind of pre-shoot, before we go into the motion capture phase, we pre-shoot with actors, and in this case, in Devil May Cry, it was with the Japanese actors, because our director was Japanese. It was easy for him to kind of direct his team. Yuji Shimomura was the director for all the cutscenes, and he directed his team and kind of went through all the paces in Japanese. And what it did is that it kind of gets. There's a number of reasons why we do it. One of the main reasons is it creates a template to see how the dialogue is going to play out, and like the beginning and the end, the length of each scene, because Capcom, when they're designing the game, they have a limited amount of time, and they have a certain amount of assets that have to go in for these cutscenes, and the timing is pretty important when they're planning these things. So during the early stages, they do the video storyboards, and it helps them with timing, it helps them design action, and it's kind of a first task, like a rehearsal, so to say. What we're doing now with Just Cause, this was back in this, for Devil May Cry, was with Yuji and his team in Japan, but all the stuff we're doing now is we're actually using the actors for the current projects that we're doing and having them do the video storyboards.
Like a rehearsal.
Yeah, we did that for Dead Rising and for Resident Evil 5. We actually had the actors get into costumes and do the whole rehearsal. And what it does is it gives the actors kind of a chance to kind of run through it once as well. And then we shoot it. I can show you. Let me see if I have any video storyboards on here. But yeah, it's in this case, Devil May Cry. You know, we showed you the video storyboards, and then you can kind of get an idea of.
They gave us a lot of information. It was like we went through school.
That's
It's like the school of Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
It's like what happened here in the first one, the third one, the story, like the whole like background, where I came from, who I am.
Yeah. No, we tried to. You know, me being an actor myself, I try to all the actors that come in and work for Just Cause. Just so you know, guys, I didn't say this earlier, but my company, we co-produced with Capcom the cinematics for Devil May Cry 4. So we were responsible for the casting and for, we hired Mary Elizabeth, the director, the voiceover director, to voice direct, and we hired Yuji to direct. So it was kind of our show, so to say. And of course it was a Capcom show, but we were working with them and guiding them to get the right people and get the right elements in there. It was our first big game with Devil May Cry 3, where we adapted the script and did the same with 4. So being an actor myself, I understand the more background and the more prep that the actors have will help in developing the character. So we did a day or maybe 2 days of Devil May Cry school for all the actors involved, and kind of explain the history.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I mean, it definitely helps. You know, because the more you do it, even just going through the rehearsals and stuff, it just becomes natural. You know, it's easier to just tune into the character.
We can start going into questions, and I'm going to try to find random videos and things that I can play during.
How many of you guys have played DMC 4? How many of you haven't? You have the trailer? You have the trailer?
Get out of here.
I have the trailer? I don't think I have the trailer. You just saw a couple scenes with, Nero and Dante. The last scene, by the way, is my favorite. What's your favorite scene in Devil May Cry 4?
Favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes is when he's inside the belly of the thing, the god.
Yeah.
And Kyrie is being pulled away from him.
Right.
And he's crying out to her, and that's
It's a pretty emotional scene.
yeah.
I think I cried a little. One tear drop.
Just one.
Just one. Like, I don't know. I should have brought my hard drive with all the stuff, but
Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, let's open the floor to questions. Go ahead.
What's Nero's origin like? Who's his family? Like, are we not taking anything else? Are you?
I mean, I know, and he knows, and everybody that worked on it, and I think they try to make it clear, but not clear enough, really vague.
Yeah, they thought, okay, the game, here's the story that I heard from Capcom, is the game came out, they thought they had made it pretty clear who Nero was, but I guess they didn't, and you're asking this question. Did you play the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're still asking the question. So, I think they kind of like that. The guys over at Capcom are kind of happy that, or I don't know if they're happy, but they want to keep it a mystery, so to say. So they want to keep it a secret. You guys figure it out, and maybe there'll be another one someday where they're like going into that in more detail. You know, they're leaving it open. By the way, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the new DMC. Which is basically a reboot of the franchise, but from what I've heard, at Capcom, it's a total, reboot, remake, going a whole other direction. And I haven't played the game, so I can't really say if I like it or not. I think it's interesting, the direction they're going with it. I'm not involved, Johnny's not involved, nobody's involved here, so I know that question will probably come up. But what I did hear is that they're doing this new reboot, but they're still keeping their options open. That's why they're calling it DMC and not DMC 5 or Devil May Cry 5, because they're still keeping their options open to do another DMC or Devil May Cry 5, and then that would go along with the whole, the same Nero and Dante and Virgil, the characters that you
It's a prequel, though, kind of, right?
It's kind of a prequel, but it's a prequel / reboot. My understanding is they're throwing it out there, they're doing it, and if it takes off,
Then they're gonna go.
they'll probably continue that one, and maybe if it doesn't do so well, then maybe we'll do the Devil May Cry 5 with the old cast coming back.
So it's prequel in the sense they want to kind of like explain what it was like for Dante when he was younger.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's interesting.
his origins, and I don't know if you've seen the trailer. Sometimes he has white hair, sometimes he has dark hair, and I'm sure they're going to explain that. And I think they're trying to keep the mystery going with the trailers. And I know nothing. Nobody's told me anything about the game, so you can ask me lots of questions, and I'll be honest and say I don't know, because I don't. Unlike other games, I could say I can't tell you. But in this case, I really don't know. It's the total separate direction, different team, different everything. So, sorry.
You have a question over there? Yes.
What do you think would happen if Nero ever met Virgil?
Well, I guess you would find out more about who he is.
Something like this could happen.
Did you show them the game?
Yeah, I'd love to. We can show that at the end.
Yeah.
Between now and the end, can somebody give me a password to the internet?
Oh, that's right.
So,
Is it not the ES?
no, it won't work in here because it's a different